Okay, I'm good.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, good morning, good morning. This is Mother Liz with our class today on war hands. But what we're going to start with is explaining my war hand. This is one, and actually this was the first one I made, and I was making it to hang on my door. I was living in an apartment complex, and they said they wanted everybody to decorate their doors, you know. And so I thought of this, and I made it, and I loved it, and it went to hang on my door, and it was too big. Let us start all over. So I made this one, and this worked very well on my door. So I hung this on my door, and I hung this one inside, like on my couch. So it worked out, you know. So I had in and out. So this one I got like a wooden ring, possibly from a thrift store, which I love to hoard. And I see things that I think are useful and cheap, and I'll buy the ones. So I'm always doing something crafty, so I thought this would be useful, and I ended up doing this with it. So I covered it with paper, and then just rolled the rods, I call them, glued them on, and then of course they needed something more. So then I thought of using the process of the beads, making them in different sizes, and you know, and you can make any size. You can make, like, you notice some of them have big holes, some of them have small holes. It's all what you wrap it on. You know, and so, and these are made from rods. They're made from rods. So, and there's so many different things you can do with it. Just your imagination is it. So that's the purpose of the first thing we're going to learn how to do today is to make the rod. Because making this is what you can make almost anything out of. I have made tables. I made storage boxes, garbage cans, small boxes, trays, and just so many different things that I use around the house out of these and magazines. So, and the beads. That's these beads. So, I'm going to start with, I'm going to give everybody some papers. And you can use anything to make a rod. The size of, like, this is a dowel. The size of the dowel is what tells you the size of this. This is made, and so is this made from all, not just one size. Because when you're making something like this, even assorted sizes sometimes, it adds to the look, you know, and it's very attractive. What you want is color. You want to, you know, combine the color. And I'll show you in making the rod, it's important to look at the paper that you're using, and you can tell what the rod is going to look like before you make it. Whether you turn it on one side, or the other side, this side or this side, you change the color of the rod. So that's, sometimes you just want a pop of color that you see. You make sure you use that and with the side down, so that when you roll it up, that's what you see. You know, the inside you won't see. So that's why it's, but, okay, so I'm going to give everybody, okay, give me that, okay. So papers, and a rod, so, let me give you everything. Yeah. Okay, now, you can can use this. I have all kind of knit needles. This would make a large rod. It also would make a large bead with a large hole in the middle. So I use this, can use this for two purposes. Any of them, even this, for two purposes. One, to make the rod, and two, to wrap around to make a bead. And when you wrap it around, either one of these, any size, that determines the hole in the middle. So if you want a small hole, a larger hole, you're making a small bead, a large bead, it's what you wrap it on that will determine that. So that's why I use all different sizes. And I go into this store and I pick these up for like 10 cents a pair, you know. So, see, all different sizes. And you can use them, like I'm saying, for two different things. I have some small beads that I use when I'm doing, I make, sometimes I cover things with small beads. Like I have some wooden crosses that I bought, like in Dollar Tree, and I covered the whole front of the cross, small beads. And there's a pattern to the colors of the beads. And sometimes I use white all around the edges, and then a different color inside, and then a different color. So you can make a pattern in the color of the beads. So in fact, you'll be able to see. I have some pictures on my phone. You'll be able to see some of them that I've made. So that's the purpose of making a very small bead. So I would roll it on this to make the rod, and I would use a small piece of paper to make the rod, and then I roll it up on this to make the bead. So it comes out a nice, and I'll show you what some of that thing looks like. I need to recycle everything. I recycle all the things I buy, like vegetables and fruits and everything. I recycle stuff. But you see, this is a small bead. And most of the ones that I have that are white beads, guess what? I recycle receipts. And I make it out of receipts. Some of you, I used to buy something, it bogs my mind. 50 cents, and you get a receipt this long. It's crazy. I can make 5 beads out of a receipt this long. So that's just me, like crazy. But I feel like the joke is on there when I do it. And I use it for something, because, what we do to the planet, that's a whole nother thing, but you know what I'm saying. It's impossible for you not to have some concept of what's going on and where we're heading, and we don't rein it in and start reusing. Back in the day, they did. They took old clothes and they cut them up and made new clothes. They didn't just throw everything away. Oh, this is last year, throw it away. Crazy. Anyway, right here on my little box. So you see, I have different sizes, and I just make them different, sizes. Even the wooden dowel is the biggest size wooden dowel. In Walmart, they sell just a bunch of small ones, and then they also sell another pack, and then not expensive, like $1 or something. And then they sell another pack that's assorted. So you can get different sizes, the small, the medium, and the large, which is nice. So we're going to start with rolling. So you take your glue, and I'm going to use it down since you were using it down. You take the glue, and you open it up.
What's that glue?
Oh, the back, that heavy piece, don't use that. Yeah, don't use that. It's usable, but when you're making a whole lot for a project, I usually take something like that and make it like that. Mhm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sure. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the papers. Now, the best papers, I mean, the ones that make it, as, when you see one of the rods that has color from one end to the other, that's a paper that has no borders. See, this one has white borders all around. The writing and the pictures are censored. If you look on some of yours, you might see one like, okay, this one, there's no border here, but there's borders all around here. And when you see a border, you're going to get a stripe, you're going to get a multitude of color, which is good. You know, it just adds to the variation. So it's not not a bad thing at all. But to show you, this one has different colors, but it's no borders. Now this little thing down here, we won't count that as a border. Normally I would just cut that off. But okay, so I'm going to show you how you can, when you make it with no border, what your rod looks like. Okay, what you want to be on the outside is underneath. So what you see here, this will be the inside of the rod, and you won't see that. So what you see on the outside, and just to show you, well, maybe I'll do one, because most everybody has one that has, okay, let me show you. Okay, so this has a border all around, a white border. And say I like this color. And when I finish the rod, I want this to be on the outside, so it will be a part of the color that I see. So in order to do that, I have to go to the opposite corner. The opposite corner, and start my rod by making like a triangle. And just rolling it over, just finding, hold it over like hold your thumb. Yeah, you can see that. If you want to lay it down, you can. You can lay it down and do it. And start to roll, like tuck it under and start to roll. And hold it and roll it and see. I'm rolling it. And as you get, after a while, you see less and less of the rod. We started, you see less and less of the rod. So what you do is you take the rod, that's the part that's still hanging out, and you like move it, and then you roll it. So I can do it without putting it down because I made 10 children of them. But you see also what happens is I got a stripe, you see, because of the border. Yeah, but see, you got a beautiful one. That's beautiful. So before you roll it all the way up, though, you stop when you got like a triangle. And then you take your glue and you put some on the inside. Just dab some around. And then you roll it up. And just sort of smooth it out. Roll it around in your hand. Sometimes the little glue oozes out. If it does, just take it and smooth it out over the whole thing. It's no big deal. It's a little glue. And that's it. Yeah. So you figure out that it doesn't take much. You just sort of dab it around. You know, squeeze it very little, don't squeeze it a lot, because it'll come out a lot, just squeeze it very little and sort it.
Yeah, you learned after the first one.
Okay, so you got it out? Take it out, there you go, get that. Put it aside, grab the next one. Okay, now this one, it has no water. It's a good. Fold it over. Start rolling it. Roll it, roll it, roll it. And sometimes when you roll it, sometimes the end will start to like crinkle up a little on the end. Just smooth it out. Just go like that, and smooth it out. So that it doesn't wrinkle up. I have the triangle. And I put a little glue. And I just, I don't really squeeze it, just turn it over and rub it around. Just put a little line of glue thing going around. And turn it. There it is. Good. Yeah. Sometimes you just put it up. I don't know. Yeah, sometimes the glue goes through and okay. There you go. So this has because it had a lot of white writing on it, we got all of these different colors, the white, blues. If that's what you want all kind of variation of colors, everything. And here's another one. I want this side to be on the outside. So look at that. Open it up. I can wiggle it out. Roll it up too tight, I'm gonna make it. Start to wiggle it out. Before it gets round up too tight on the down. And all I got was the stripe on the end, that'll be all right. Okay. This is good. And I have used these to make beads. Now, how I do this to make the beads is I take one of these and I flatten it out. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Flatten it out. Flatten it out. Because then it stays always flat, but it's flattened out. And then,
How many of these do you need to make the smaller circle?
what am I going to use?
No, how many do you need to make that?
I have no idea. I never counted these.
Oh.
That's why I just made up a bunch.
Oh, I see.
So that, you don't have to sit and make all of these to make one of these.
Oh,
I've got a
okay.
bunch and
Very good.
And I got plenty enough. I have to do it. Okay, so I want to show you how I make a bead. Okay, I'm going to first make and show you. Okay, this is something else I can use. I have this is just some oil or something in here. I don't even know what's in here. But I wanted, some oil. So I wanted to use this to make a bead.
Okay.
So I can do that. I just just roll it up until it meets, and you can hold it on. And this would be with any one of these rods. It can be with the one you have or one of these. If you want to get a larger one, you can to make the bead, make the hole bigger. Or smaller one, you can use one of these. But I'll just show you exactly. You just hold it on, and then take your glue and make a line from where you hold it on. Just make a line all the way up to the end. And then you roll it right on top of the, roll it right on top of it. Right on top. Right on top. And sometimes it looks like it's twisting, but that's okay. You just make sure it's flat. Roll it and it's flat. And it's flat. And then you just hold it for a minute. Let that glue set up, and then you just wiggle out whatever you use. And that's the bead.
I just so happen to have a short dowel.
Yes, you can use that.
I have bought them in the dollar store, a pack of 10, the short ones.
Oh, okay.
I use them for something else, but I just happen to have it in my bag.
Okay. So just roll it over because you don't want glue to get on the part that's touching the dowel. So you roll it over, you hold it, and then start the glue. You know, from where you're holding it on out the line. You don't want it to be right on the end.
Yeah. Okay.
So when you get ready to take the dowel out, it's not glued.
It's stuck together.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So did you put the glue on or where? Yeah. Okay. That's it. Okay. And I'm going to make another one that I'm going to use. I use this. Okay, just roll it over. Make it good. And then you use a long dowel because you've used a long rod because you've used a whole sheet of paper. And you make a small hole. You're making a bigger. This is a small hole. And this is a large hole.
Okay.
Has everybody made it?
Yep.
Yeah. So you see the difference between the small hole
I see that.
and the large hole? Yeah. Are you getting it?
She's still making.
Yeah, okay. She's still making it right. That's okay. It's good music. That's all right. And the great thing about it is that you can make the beads any size on anything that you can just wrap on. I've made beads out of this. I wrapped this, yeah, and made the beads. And then I took that oval shape and made a tray. Put that all the way around the tray. And the bottom of the tray was the rods, starting off with a small one, And then adding on, just gluing them on, making them flat, glue it on, and just keeping it flat and just let it go because I wanted the tray to be. And then I added those oval shapes all around. It's amazing. And the first one I made like that, it was really an experiment. And I used newspaper. And newspaper is like really kind of lousy to make something out of because almost immediately, no matter what you put on, it turns yellow, it turns old looking, you know. So at the time, I was going out to the food market or farmer's market and setting up my little table and selling my paper stuff. And I used that as a tray to put things in. I had some small bowls that I was making, so I would put a bunch of them in this tray. And this man came along and he said, "How much is that?" He told me about the tray. I said, "The tray?" I said, "You don't want that. That's made out of newspaper. It's not colorful. It's nothing, you know." And he said, "No, I want that. How much is that?" I said, "Well, let me quote him a price he ain't gonna pay, and then he'll walk away. Leave me alone." I said, $20. He said, "Hey, Alice, give me $20." That was like, bring him $20. I said, "Oh my goodness, he's gonna buy it." I emptied my stuff out, gave it to him, he took it and walked away. So you never know. I'm like, what? My goodness, I didn't think he said, "Oh no, I never seen that like that." He said, I want that. I said, "But it's not colorful, it's already looking old and ugly." I hadn't put no, I have this, I want something that's finished. I put this on to protect it and seal it. Now you can also use Mod Podge. Sometimes when I'm making jewelry, I use Mod Podge because Mod Podge is kind of shiny. And so, sometimes you want that gloss. But, yeah, so you can use this or Mod Podge. And so I hadn't put nothing on it, nothing. I said, okay. But I also made, some really nice ones like magazines. Yeah. So everybody got that we, yeah, you had it. That's it.
She can't do it, her kids out.
Okay,
It's distracted.
yeah, that's good. She got that rock and roll with you.
She's a real good Yes.
Yeah, you do rock and roll in the sheet over there.
Got any hot rods that need some help?
So many things. So many things. I take boxes and I make all kinds of things. I would eat oatmeal from Sam's Club. It came in two great big bags of oatmeal and the box is as big as a garbage can. So right away, I said, "Oh, that must be a garbage can, what?" So I took the bags out and I covered it with the rods and beads, made a beautiful garbage can. In fact, I made two of them. Yeah. And it's just amazing. Amazing to do. Things are one way, somebody always asks me. Now, this one, like I said, I made a little bit on to wood. This one was a piece of like just a heavy paper, and I glued it onto the end. So I was looking for the wood to buy for the class, and I did not find the wood. And I think I had wood at Michael's, but they didn't have it. So I did find some rings. Actually, these are old in Momma. So your choice. You can use one of these, or I also bought some paper plates. Paper plates. I'll just cut the bottom out. Okay. That's great.
I have. On the table.
So it depends on which one you want to make, the one with a hole in the middle, or the one, no, not super good. And then I've also have a make one size, or we have to use this one to make one this size. And basically, what you need to do is glue it onto the handle. We have method of hanging it, I have that figured out, and the method of hanging this one. I have that figured out. And what I had made on this one, I had this on my door, so I put like a strip on it to just smack it on in his face. So, I figured out that we could, I bought something, a clip, and it'll just clip onto this, and then you can just hang it on a nail or whatever. So, depends on which one you want. This one, make glue them together. Yeah, I think so. Make it heavier. Right. One of the other good things about the garage is you can make them as long as you want. Like I make bowls and like when I make trays, um, they fit end to end, in other words. So when you look at them, you'll see one end is a little bit larger than the other end. So you can put end to end and make them as long as you want. So, when you cut, like, when I was covering the box that I made into a trash can, this wasn't long enough to cover the area that I was using to cover, needing to cover. So what I did was put two together and then attached it and then cut it, and it looked like all one line. So it would be the length I needed to cover. And how I made the basket, and also how I made the table is I used the beads around the top and beads around the bottom, and in between I have the rods. So that way, these, they have to go from the beads at the bottom to the beads at the top. The whole way. Now, making a bowl, I would start off like this and just add on and add on until I make the size of the bottom, the size of the bowl I want to make. And then I start building up. And you just add a rod. But you take the rod and you flatten them. When you're making a bowl, you flatten them so that, when you glue them on, they're flat. And you just glue them on and glue them on. And I'd like to do a demonstration on taking the rods and making bowls and making trays. Maybe that would be another class I could do because they're really fun. And I've made really small bowls, and I've made big bowls, and I've made big trays. And I had gotten a box, I guess it's a box bottom or a box top bottom from, sometimes in Sam they give you those little box things. It looks like a tray. Yeah, to me it looked like a tray, and it was big. And I took that thing, and I used these, and I covered it. It is so big. It's so beautiful. It's like a conversation piece, it's really amazing. It's covered with at the outside, it's covered with leaves. The bottom is covered with rods. And when I do the video on how to make trays and bowls, I'll bring it in so you can see it. And I can use it, just another way of using the rocks. I consider it effective. That has so many uses for them. They have to really. You ran out of all this thing. Don't let me.
Oh, you good? Oh, sure.
You ran out of things. You can tell all your family and friends to give you all their old magazines and catalogs. And then you're gonna have to tell them to stop. Because I got innovated with magazines and catalogs. Oh, they're just silly magazines. I got 20 magazines. Oh, no, right now I got 20. Oh, my goodness. They just magazines. And I love it when I have when they have all my different colors. So pretty. Some of them come out kind of like light and some white, but it's okay because you have some that are very rich in color and you can mix it up, You don't want a lot of, dark but the dark have a place, you know, and the bright ones have a place. So it's just nice to have all different colors. And nice to have bright ones. So this is um, like a half a sheet of paper. It makes a smaller drawing. So that means that was listening to him when you're trying to make I don't know. It's start start to make sure you have some beads. Make some beads. Take some of the rods that you made and make some beads. And make different size beads. And then we'll start to make a few beads. And then we'll start to actually glue the rods onto the form.
I get you. I get it for you.
Not to worry, don't call me for it.
And these are the beads. Have some beads. Yeah, I could share. This is another thing I do. I take some time to, I did something, I don't know where I got this from. That it has, like foil on the inside, and I'll take a piece of it, and I'll wrap it, and then I use a rod on the outside. I'll make it into a rod, and then make the center of it, and then wrap regular paper around that.
Right.
So it has a little pop of silver in it. And that's what I did when I made my, my trash basket. And next time I'll bring it in. Every once in a while, you know, like maybe I made like on one of them, they used the rods, like, you know, bead down the center, maybe about this wide of the box. On both sides, it's like just beads, all different kinds of sizes of beads. And every once in a while, there's one with this silver on the inside.
Nice, I got it stripes.
Yeah, and it's got little puffers, color or style or something to catch your eye. And then all around to the other side is rods.
Right.
Going straight up and down. And then all around the top is beads. Usually a large size
Right.
beads. Some with large holes, some with small holes, all around and all around the bottom. So the rods, but you see how they come to like a point at the end?
Right.
That goes into the bead. It just comes out like nice. Now, I've seen some paperwork online, and they do different things. You know, I've never seen that, but I thought of that, to putting the rods
Right.
and then putting the beads so that the ends go into a bead, you know,
Right.
and it comes out beautiful. So just a little silver gives a little added something. And just as you make them and work it, you come up with different ideas. Okay, now, the next step will be to decide which, you want one with the hole in the middle or one without the hole in the middle. You can have either one.
To attach these, rolled up papers to the ring?
Hmm?
To attach the rolled up papers to or to the bead?
Oh, no, yeah, I've got plenty, we're gonna use these that are here.
Okay.
So I just wanted you to have the experience of rolling up the paper.
Okay.
But, I knew you wouldn't have time really to, roll up enough to make the project and make the project. And that was the whole idea, we was gonna shoot for 40% place.
Touching some of the stuff.
You want to use the plate or the?
Yeah.
What do you want to vote? Do you want a plate or do you want it both? Oh, you want, oh,
You can either have the hole in the middle, or, no hole. No hole would just be the paper, and no hole in the middle. What this one, okay. That one. Now you can decide, a long, like, have these, are the 12 ones. We make it different size, you see how they are? These are the smaller ones. Do we make a smaller one or a larger one?
I'd like to make smaller ones.
Yeah. Let's start with this one. Let's do. Want to use the ones that you have? Okay. Oh, this sounds nice. Okay. Everybody, you're not gonna make your own, you know?
no.
Oh.
One to do this one.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so what you do is you just take the rods and you glue them on. You gotta, use the hot glue.
Oh,
Yeah, you
okay.
gotta use the hot glue. Use the hot glue. And you just put it in, start it from the middle. Make a line of hot glue. Okay. Okay. Okay, she has the hot glue and the beer. Okay.
You okay over there?
Yeah.
Okay.
In other words, we're doing this.
Yeah, yeah, you have it way down to the middle, to the center.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes, and then look at my class. They were checking on me.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right, this hot glue does not want to come out.
You
I'm not experienced with hot glue.
you gotta let it heat up.
Hot glue ready. So it will come out eventually.
Just open it till it stops. That means, it's up against
Oh,
the cord. But you get tired, it stops.
oh, there it goes.
Oh, okay, it's
Yeah,
not.
look at that.
So you can put it right on the line, or you can make a line
Oh,
on the paper and then put it down. Either way.
nice. Dark blue. That's right. Yeah. Got it. Very good.
She wanted the beads in the middle.
You see how this, you put the rods on, and then, it's all right, you just set it on. Yeah, put the rods on, and then the beads go on top. And with you don't see the same thing.
Yeah, that's right.
And I'm thinking the best way is to just do it, like put one and then space it and put the other little, so you get that going towards the center even.
Oh, I see what you mean. And then fill it in.
You know what I'm doing? Yeah, put one of those on each thing.
agenda. This one.
It's tricky working with that hobby, man. You know that.
Yes, it is. Which then,
And you just, when you bring down on the group, you just stick another one in.
Momma Liz, can you show us what you have so far? You can.
Let me see, that's still on.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, you know, space it out all around and then fill in the spaces all around and just keep making them smaller and smaller. The spaces get smaller and smaller. Until you can't see the paper right anymore. And what'll happen is you start to even go on top of the ones you've already put down.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And in the hole?
yeah, keep filling it in till you can't see. You can't see the paper at all, it's like a maze at the center. You never really see anything but rods at the center.
Okay, are we having fun yet?
Hmm?
Are we having fun yet?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. I hope I'm not the only one having fun now.
Yep, we are. Feel like I'm back in kindergarten.
When they used to really do stuff in kindergarten, they don't anymore. They don't hardly do anything. You don't have time. They call them, that's not good.
I actually.
You get there. Get your level. Great.
You know? What? Do you need help? No. Okay. You got my purse there with you, okay?
Yes, yes, that's good, that's good. Just stick it in there, yeah. You figured that out, that's great.
You say cover all the plates.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You got it, you got it.
Good.
You got it. Yeah, it's good, it's good. And another way you do it, just stick it in. Stick it in this, like this one here.
Oh, I see what you mean, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
very good. Yep, One another group.
Yeah, plenty of glue.
Finally figured out to use my left hand. The mother-in-law was good, I finally figured out how to use my left hand.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yeah, that's beautiful. Yes, beautiful. Yes.
Go back, show them the flowers.
Now, what you need is like um, a big bead.
You okay?
And how you do that is you make a bead, and then you keep gluing the rod around and around and make it bigger. After you run out of rod, you just overlap and keep gluing. You see how this one is done? It is a center bead. I'm gonna do it something like that. It's just like a center bead. And then around, you just make any kind of arrangement you want. As many beads as you want. So you can have beads all over in that paper, or just here, or, whatever design you want to make with the beads. You just put the glue on and go right down at the top.
So we can put more on or flat, or you can leave it as is. Yeah, so yeah. Tell me you want. You tell me where you want. Okay. Okay. Now you want to do the beads, or you want to do some more? I love it when unknown people call me.
We're getting there. Oh.
Oh, shit.
I'm done. That's anymore, I'm ready.
What, you want those?
You want these little rods back?
Huh?
You want these little rods back?
No.
No?
You're waiting for the little ones. That's right.
So I can play at home.
Yes, you make all kinds of things that your imagination will lead you.
Okay.
You okay over there?
Sorry?
Burning fingers.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, be careful.
Please stop. Did you do anything else? Did you anything else? Please. That's good. You happy with all of that? Okay, great. I'm happy. I was gonna be ready to hang out for a minute.
So nice. Everyone is
Different.
different. Yeah, yes.
The
You better see this one.
the sugars in that, right?
No, you can stay in there.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. This is nice. Look at this. Is this beautiful?
Yeah.
Yes, yes. You see how everybody comes back to dreaming different.
Mom, come see.
Yes, yes. It's so pretty. And that one. the way you want it.
Who's still hot? You want me to put more on?
And you see what an interesting pattern she has, with some short ones, some tall ones.
Yeah.
You know how she went in and out and in and out there. Beautiful.
And I would have kept giving me the rounds. And they kept putting the white ones on the inside and the round on the out. And I'm like, where's the plate stuff?
Yeah, that's great. And they always told me that you were right. It doesn't make sense. Oh, and you know what I have too is, here we go. And this is on it.
You made, or just somebody made it for you?
No, I made it. Oh, yeah, I made it. So you take this. And clip it on, and then you could hang this one
Put it in
on.
there. Got it.
Okay? Yes, ma'am. It was good. Come on. Take them off and hang them up.
Nice.
What we'll do is, for, we'll have everyone just stand and show what they've done when Veronica returns.
Okay, how beautiful. Yes. Yeah, thank you.
Excuse me? Mom? Yeah. Well, the paper was I was using because they wanted the table there. And I put this over here. Oh, you got, you someplace to put that?
Yeah.
Okay, and I put the box. I kind of got dirty, but.
Yeah, you can have that.
Hey, thank you.
Yes. You make it home. You can make it home.
I'll leave that. That's yours. It's a little bit more here now. Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. I'm playing around. It doesn't even make fun.
Yes, Thursday.
What we'll do is, we can have everyone up front by Mom, just bring yours up so we can get it all.
We would admiring it. It came out beautiful. And you see there's a clip there for you. Yeah. Yeah, you just put it on to the right part of the back and you just hang it over.
Oh, thank you very much. Excellent.
And you can get some of this, polyurethane.
Yeah.
Or March Podge, either one,
Yeah.
and just paint all over it and have it protected.
Now, the Mod Podge is waterproof?
Yes, the March Podge is
And the dollar
fantastic.
store has the Mod Podge.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah.
Okay.
You can all just, once you're finished.
Oh, you gotta come over here.
Mother, please get up. No, you, get up.
Yeah.
Let's come over here.
Let you do it first. I'll go right this way.
Right here. Beautiful.
Can you get us on in?
Got you all in. Hold on. Hold on. 1 minute.
Hey.
This is my better side.
Okay.
Yeah.
You wanna hold yours up, Momma Liz?
Okay.
It's,
Hold on,
Better
better
original.
yeah.
here we go. Got them all. This is awesome.
Okay, we can stop smiling now?
Oh, we always love to see you smile.
But I got my mask on. You can tell under the mask, right?
Okay.
All right, and so this
Thank you,
is,
ladies, so much.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
thank you very much.
Yes. We're gonna class on trays and bowls.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
If you're busy, you can stay there long.
You're all right, I'm excited. Everybody, be ready to go.
I have a question. I've had, up in New York, our local library had, class. But what we did was on the rug, but we turned into little angles. Not your flowers like this, but
Oh, yeah, what did they come out like,
like a bead, like a long bead.
yes,
And that's what we were making.